Gee, it must be swell to be so perfect and odor-free.
Now that I have my coffee, I'm ready to watch Radar.
I got a little bit of a stiff neck. Let me just fix this up. Oh, that feels a lot better.
What's the matter, Colonel Sanders? Chicken?
I am sorry. I had no idea that was your cab.
Yogurt! Yogurt! I hate yogurt!
And this is the right category for us, John, because we've both been in a couple of films that could have been shorter.
Well, a couple, maybe.
Well, let's get to it.
Let's get right to it. Here we go.
Hey there. You're listening to the John Candy and Rick Moranis Are the Greatest Actors to Ever Live podcast.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the John Candy and Rick Moranis Are the Greatest Actors to Ever Live podcast. I'm your host, Jack, and this week is a very special week for us. We have Alex here, who's the permanent guest, permanent co-host, and we are doing the Batman Forever special today. We can't wait to bring it to you because we are talking about 21 years since the original film came out in 1995. Joel,
what's up, guys?
Hey.
It's better late than never.
I'll just sit here between you two.
What's up, dude?
Good to see you. Hey, it's so nice to actually meet you.
Good to meet you as well.
I love your stuff. I love your work. It's great to finally be here in the flesh. Really glad we could work something out between you guys and get you here to come film with me. So
You gotta get another camera in here.
Hey guys, welcome back to the John Candy Rick Moranis Actors Are the Greatest Actors to Ever Live podcast. We really appreciate you tuning in and kind of just staying with us through all the kind of changes and kind of everything that's been happening behind the scenes. It's been a little bit of a mess, but we've been able to kind of figure it out, get everything situated. So I don't know if you guys heard, I am taking over from here, but we're going to kind of just keep the same podcast. Nothing really is going to change too much. We're going to keep the kind of integrity and just kind of just hang out, talk about movies. So let's get started. I'd like to introduce you to Jack. You're pretty familiar with him. Why don't you tell a little bit about yourself, Jack?
well, yeah, so I don't know if you heard before you came in, I kind of already did the introductions for Alex and I. We've been here for a while. We kind of know the ropes. It's a little bit off-putting, but so you know, we kind of got the green light to do the Batman Forever special. It's the 21-year anniversary on June 16th, which just passed. And so we kind of thought we'd have some fun, and we really got all the bells and whistles out for this Batman Forever special. Just a couple of the props from the movie and things that we have around. So
so we agreed to let Jack do his Batman Forever segment. He's been working really hard on it. We appreciate all the hard work.
Yeah, thanks.
So we agreed to let him do that this week. I'm just here kind of as a bystander to kind of mediate the movie talk. So I just came in here to kind of like kick things along. Things were kind of not heading in the right direction, so we're kind of here to kind of steer the boat back a little bit, just kind of raise the production value a little bit, and kind of just make the best show possible for you guys, because that wasn't really happening too much before. So at this point, we'll kick it over to Jack, and you could do the Batman stuff you wanted to do.
I just want to address a couple things. The show was doing really well. We had really high numbers, and we had a lot of fun. Alex and I always enjoyed making the best of what we had, and you know, we had to work really hard to get to where we were at. And we thought, what better way to celebrate the anniversary of our show with Batman Forever anniversary, kind of correlating around the same time. So I actually got Alex this Batman Forever hat. And I didn't put it on yet.
Sorry.
He's being ungrateful. But I had gotten this hat for him. And actually, there's a hat here, too.
All right, well, let's go ahead and we'll hop into the segment. We didn't have too much time for the Batman stuff, but by all means, go ahead, and why don't you tell us more about the movie?
Yeah.
And a little behind-the-scenes action.
Can we start going by the acronym for the show? It would look pretty cool on a t-shirt.
J. Carr Gat Mattel.
It's J. Carmacatel. And guest.
Really appreciate you bringing that up, because we are working on our store. We're working hard. In a couple of weeks, you'll be able to buy all of our merch. That's one of the new things we're rolling out with the show. We just really want to. We need some help to kind of just support the show and just kind of do all the things we want to do, because certain segments take up a lot of time and resources that could be kind of like pushed towards other more popular segments, like the Shades thing. But we had an agreement, so Jack, why don't you take it away and do the Batman stuff, please.
All right, June 16th, 1995, we'll roll back the clocks, and we have Joel Schumacher's first Batman film of two. Tim Burton produced this film. This is Batman Forever.
Just ready to go.
This is Batman Forever, which was Val Kilmer's introduction as the Batman. And what we have actually is this new hashtag starting up called Release the Schumacher Cut. You saw Restore the Snyderverse, Release the Snyder Cut, and now we have some behind-the-scenes footage of Release the Schumacher Cut. So if we could actually play a clip of never-before-seen Batman Forever, this is Bruce having a nightmare of a giant bat. Play the clip.
J. Carmack, Cattell, and guest.
It's gonna catch on.
I love that the DC Universe is exploding, and Discovery, Warner Media are now combined, and they are planning to restore the Snyderverse. They're actually planning to also fire everyone involved in the original DCEU and move towards a more Zack Snyder controlled. That's all I have.
That's all you have?
Yeah, I don't know really what I'm allowed to do and what I'm allowed to say. So just why don't you?
I give you 5 minutes.
Why do we have to do cue cards now?
All right, let's roll the Greatest Shades clip. Welcome to Greatest Shades.
Really? All right, get my shades on. Put on yours, I guess. No.
Oh, mine are so shiny.
Really?
Hey guys, we're back with the Greatest Shades segment. A lot of people have tuned in and commented below. Everybody loves the Shades segment, and it's not going anywhere. Don't you worry. So why don't you take it away, Alex? Talk about the Shades.
We're gonna talk about Greatest Shades again. This is another week of Greatest Shades. Roll the clip. Okay, so this week's Greatest Shades, we've got 1999 Star Wars The Phantom Menace, starring Anakin in pod race goggles and all his friends, the alien with a bunch of arms, keeping the sand out of their eyes when they're going high velocity down the old track. Back to you.
Thank you, Alex. We appreciate it. Phantom Menace. Not a lot of people would consider that a Shades movie, but if you look a little bit harder, you'll discover that it's really one of the only Shades movies. It's very important in the Shades franchise of movies, and
I actually kind of thought we were doing new Shades in Hollywood instead of Greatest Shades. Isn't that something we talked
things
about?
have changed a little bit since the last couple podcasts. Things are kind of changing around here.
Okay.
Me and Alex decided to take it in a new direction, and we really appreciate the new.
I kind of feel like this segment's kind of just washed out, like overdone.
1999 to irrelevant. The year after my brother graduated high school.
Yeah,
that's true actually, but I think we're done with this Greatest Shades.
Sure.
Yeah, we could be done. We just have to remember who's calling the shots around here. But why don't you just chill out a little bit? Viewers don't want to see our little. So let's talk about movies, guys. That's what you all came here to see. We have a couple movies to get through this week, and we'd love to share our expertise and reviews and ratings and knowledge, because that's why you tune in. So, Jack, why don't you start us off and talk about your movies for this week?
Sure. All right, guys. I'm here to review the movie Here Comes the Boom, which is 2012. It's rated PG, and it's an hour and 45 minutes. All right. Kevin James stars in this action-packed thriller in a tale as old as time. High school teacher Scott just can't take it anymore. He's mad, and he's a dad, trying to direct his anger into something positive. Scott teaches his stepson how to lift weights. Will they win at the first strongman contest? Rated PG. And I watched Here Comes the Boom with my mom last week, and she had said to me, I've seen this movie 3 times, and I'd watch it again. So I watched it for the first time. I thought it was weird that Kevin James ended up with Salma Hayek. There's a really strange scene in Kevin James' apartment with Salma Hayek where she tackled him. And I don't know how I really feel about Here Comes the Boom. I think it was a fine movie.
Wholesome, I think is the word you're looking for.
Yeah, 10 out of 11 stars. And I would highly recommend, if you could rent it on Redbox, Here Comes the Boom.
The problem with my movies these days, it's filled with just a bunch of stupid garbage that's unneeded, and I just want a good movie to hang out with my buds and watch without any of that nonsense in. And Here Comes the Boom is one of them. It's a very wholesome flick, and everybody can enjoy it. Doesn't matter who you are or what you want to do with the rest of your life. So I highly recommend Here Comes the Boom. We're going to give it 9 out of 10 stars.
Beautiful. I like this movie too. I saw it with my buddy, and I was like, hey buddy, how about Here Comes the Boom? And he said, sure thing, absolutely. And it was a sunny day out, and we skipped playing out in the yard for this movie. Salma Hayek tackle time.
Let's.
What are you gonna do? Not enjoy it like Jack?
Well, yeah, absolutely. But let's just go ahead and clarify. They cut right to black. They just it was a wholesome movie. Okay, the tackle time, there was not much to the tackle time. It happened, but we just moved right on along.
Kept with the PG rating.
Very wholesome
very
movie.
True to that.
It's actually a Happy Madison production.
Projection.
Happy Madison what?
Production. Adam Sandler was involved in the making of this movie, and as you can see, that a lot of times they use the same actors and actresses, and this time Salma Hayek was no exception. She was in Grown Ups 1 and Grown Ups 2. However, she was not married to Kevin James in those movies. She was married to Adam Sandler.
Mm-hmm.
Salma Hayek was also in Hitman's Bodyguard, a film that Alex would love to review for you guys today.
I would love to get right into that.
Yeah.
Hitman's Bodyguard. I would rate Here Comes the Boom 10 out of 11 for the wholesome tackle. Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard, coming at us from this year, 2021, rated R, an hour and 39 minutes in length. What happens when you take a couple of sinners and throw them into a gunfight? Nothing good, that's for sure. In this tale as old as time, Michael kisses Sonia, and Darius doesn't like that. But they all have to work to keep each other safe. seemed like there was more to that, but
Producer's dropping the
oh,
ball.
here we go. I see our books. We're losing our books. Who will live? Who will laugh? Who will fall in love? That's again, that's rated R.
Yeah.
So be on guard. And I really enjoyed this one. It's pretty edgy. Hitman's wife is, fun to watch. And it gets a 5 out of 11 stars for me.
Thank you, Alex.
Saw it in theaters.
I couldn't understand who the hitman was supposed to kill the whole game.
Well, it's confusing, but at the end you're still left wondering. But it's like something that you keep thinking about.
Would you say it was a comedy or a thriller?
It's a thriller.
Yeah, that's what I
didn't
thought
laugh
too.
that much.
I didn't laugh that much either.
Me neither.
I don't know who's in it either. Sorry.
Yeah. It's,
I watched it.
the thing about this movie, it's kind of like the opposite of Here Comes the Boom. There's a lot of unwholesome tackles in this one. So you're probably going to want to avoid this one at all costs. There's nothing good about it. It's not funny. The action is bad. The script is bad. So this one is only going to get 8 out of 10 stars from me. I'd avoid this movie like the plague. And please don't watch this.
I'd rather watch Green Lantern with Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds in Hitman's
He's a good star.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was good in Hitman's Bodyguard 1. Hitman's Bodyguard 2 kind of felt like, Alex and I, we've talked about this on our show a lot. Sequels, they don't need to happen. Hitman's Bodyguard 2 is no exception to that rule. I didn't think any of the characters were fully fleshed out. I think that the action was surprising. And the laughs were few. So I'm going to give Hitman's Bodyguard 2 2 out of 11 stars. And I would not recommend this movie because it's very inappropriate.
Yeah, the action was good, but you could tell there was a perv behind the magic.
So the thing about this movie, it was bad. Am I going to see him in Bodyguard 3? Yeah.
You got to finish the trilogy.
I'll watch it. It's good enough to keep me going, to keep me paying the $13 for the trilogy. So don't watch this one. Let's check out the next one.
I'm glad that they offered at Regal Cinemas Hamill Commenton 14s. I like that they offered to let us see Hitman's Bodyguard for free, and we'll get more to that story soon. But we did turn it down.
We did turn it down. We picked another movie. We picked Quiet Place Part 2.
We sure did, didn't we, boys?
Yeah.
It's a fun Thursday night.
Yep.
Quiet Place 2. Created in the year 2020, and it's rated PG-13. Still hunted by creatures driven by their eerie sound fetish, the Abbott family is getting used to living life in silence. They have to go everywhere in a Prius because it's so reliable and quiet too. Starring Cillian Murphy and Emily Blunt, directed by Jim Halpert.
Okay.
So, Quiet Place Part 2. This movie had it all. It had spooks and it had goofs. A lot of horror movies don't really know how to balance the spooks and goofs, but this one towed the line so perfectly. Jim Halpert has done it again in Quiet Place Part 2. If you're looking for a scare, go watch this movie. If you're looking for a goof, go watch this movie. Coming to a theater near you. Thank you for watching.
Interesting story about Quiet Place 2. So, Andrew is in between film set jobs, and he's got a little window of time to hang out with me on a Thursday night to see a movie. And this never happens, so we get excited. We go to see a movie. COVID is finally over, and we're going to go see it. So we go to see Wrath of Man, starring Jason Statham, directed by Guy Ritchie, and the screen that was playing the movie broke. So we were told, you can't watch it, but we'll give you a free movie of your choice. They listed the movies out. They said you can see Quiet Place 2, you could see Hitman's Bodyguard's wife, or you could see In the Heights. And Andrew and I had actually said, I would like to go home. I don't want to waste my time on any of those
Jack
movies.
said, I would not like a free movie.
Right.
I would like to go home. I'm done here.
Yeah, I wanted to watch MODOK on Hulu, the original Marvel cartoon.
And I wanted to watch MODOK too, the original cartoon on Hulu, starring all the Marvel characters. But I was offered a free movie, and as a lover of movies, I'm going to take the free movie.
Let's
no matter
take a poll, actually, from the audience.
No
you
matter
guys,
what it is.
It's a live show, so we want you to go
What
ahead.
I've seen in the Heights, yeah, I would have. It's a free movie.
I'll take a
That's
poll.
$13 for free. They might as well hand me $13.
It's not free if you're giving them 2 hours of your time.
Would you like this free $13? Yeah, I'll take that $13. Thank you.
I'm going to a movie to see a movie that I want. I'm saying this movie is worth my time and my money. I'm not going to go to drive to the movie theater, them say, we'll give you a free movie. We'll let you watch, Despicable Me. Like, I don't care. I don't want to spend 2 hours watching a kid's movie. I'm going to go home. I'm going to watch something for men. I'm going to watch something for grown men. I'm going to watch X-Men. So I say no. Take a poll, A or B, guys. A, say, I'll save my money and my time. B, I'll give you my time and watch a free movie.
Would you like to see a movie on a silver screen or a tiny screen? And that's my philosophy. I would always rather see the big movies on the big screens because it's ultimate viewing pleasure, and I will not turn down a free movie no matter what.
I didn't see Quiet Place 1, so Andrew and I started watching Quiet Place 2. He had to give me the synopsis of Quiet Place 1. It was a bad synopsis. It was a bad movie. I didn't see it, but I know it wasn't good. And Quiet Place 2, Cillian Murphy's in it, so that was good, which would start the movie out at 11 out of 11. But as the movie went on, I realized there wasn't any talking and everyone was doing sign language. I've never met a deaf person in my life. I couldn't understand the movie. The monsters all looked like the same aliens you see in every other movie. I'll give this movie a 3 out of 11, and I'm glad the power went out so we didn't get to finish the movie.
We did only see half the spooks and half the goose, but you better believe there was so much more. And will I be taking my free voucher that they gave out after the power went out to go see it again? Yeah, I will. And will I see at the very beginning and watch the beginning again because it was so good? Yeah, I will. What do you think, Alex?
That's a lot of info, man. I don't know what I would do if I was with you, but I didn't get invited, so I don't have to choose.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm grateful for that.
Right. I'll probably give you my free movie voucher so you can come to the movies with me, but I really
If you gave me your voucher, I'd probably see it.
Quiet Place 2 and 1
You'd be around.
combined would be 2 out of 11 stars. They're so bad. I'd give 1 out of 11 for each Quiet Place movie. John Krasinski should not be in movies. John Krasinski should not even be in The Office.
He's got a good beard.
He does, but he's not a handsome man, he's not a strong man, and he doesn't belong in Hollywood.
Well, me either.
This would be a good transition for greatest beard in Hollywood if you wanted to do that.
I don't have a segment for that. I got all my rights taken away for creativity on the show. I don't have a greatest beard segment. You can do it if you want. I don't care.
Okay. Hey everybody, welcome to Greatest Beards in Hollywood. And we'll roll the clip now.
I'll go first if you guys want.
I'll take it away. So, okay. The greatest beards in Hollywood this segment is going to Jeff Bridges. For Jeff Bridges, the greatest beard, you can't really pin down one movie. He's got a great beard in general, and he has beards in lots of his movies. The only beard I did not like was Iron Man 1. Makeup and hair was really slacking on that movie. They didn't really put all the proper essential oils in the beard. It didn't shine bright. It didn't stand out. I love Jeff Bridges as an actor and as a person, and I'd love to meet him. And I'd love to get his autograph, and I'd love to just hang out with him and kind of delve deep a little bit into his backstory and kind of what makes him Jeff Bridges.
George Clooney in Perfect Storm.
Kind of see-through like mine.
It's because his is gray.
I was going to say Zach Galifianakis Due Date.
Okay.
Great movie. I laughed a lot, cried a little bit. Jamie Foxx showed up. What are you going to do? Hey, not enjoy it?
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
My only problem with Due Date is that there wasn't at least 3 sequels.
Oh, but he wears a turban at some point, and he's got the red beard, turban, big shades, middle of the night, driving a stolen Spanish descent police car.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Policia on it.
Chicken Bus?
Due date 2, due date 3, due date 4. Want to see it? Let's get those in production. Thanks, Alex.
Good God.
I thought maybe you would give it this.
I'm
but
sweating through my pants right now.
It's Three Guys on a Leather Couch.